Today on the Philly Talk podcast, we got training camp. It's finally here. The players reported today, although they didn't practice due to the Eagles' conditioning test. They will be practicing first thing tomorrow morning. A lot of great storylines, but we got to talk about Jalen Carter making headlines already.
This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking sixes in the bird gang, that's I like. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, Eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk podcast. And today, we got a lot to get into, Eagle training camp updates. But before we do that, Eagle Nation, can I ask y'all a favor? Help your boy out. Hit that like button, subscribe if you are new, and ding the bell so you're notified when we go live, drop videos, or YouTube shorts. Let's get into this Eagles Twitter short. And it's how the offensive linemen pulled up to the first day of training camp. And shout out to Landon Dickerson for starting the trend. Listen.
Is this something you've seen that you guys don't like? Is this something that we're wearing? It must be crazy. Just here for the vibes. I just gotta say, I was a trendsetter. Everybody's copying. I already went in. You're 11. One more guy coming with the extra music. Hello there!
Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
First day of school.
Could that mean that Cam Jurgens gets the nod at right guard because he's in the offensive line overall gang? I don't know. We got to see. But I love this team from who they are on the field, off the field. The chemistry is just there. Now, let's talk about Jalen Carter real quick because, of course, John McMullen, who covers the Birds on Jacob Media and other sources, said Jalen Carter is going to school people on the one-on-one drills. All eyes are on rookie 9th overall pick, Jalen Carter. He should have went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, but he fell to the Philadelphia Eagles. And Jalen Carter's been busy this offseason with getting into shape. He looks slimmed down, but not too little that he can't make big-time tackles in the backfield. But listen what his agent, Drew Rowenhouse, said. He said he believes that Carter will become the best defensive player in the NFL. That's big words right here. Drew Rosenhaus, a big-time agent. But you don't kind of throw that out there for any person that you represent unless you truly believe it. He said that Jalen Carter will become the best defensive player. This isn't a long list of things that he did this offseason, right? Jalen Carter reportedly held a free youth football camp this past weekend in his hometown. Carter reportedly finds comfort in giving back to his hometown. Drew Rosenhaus, Carter's agent, said that Carter is an even better person than he is a player because, again, the character assassination has been at an all-time high because of the situation. He got lawsuits out, but he is a good player. We heard the stories about feeding a Georgia player who didn't have money for lunch. Like, these are things that didn't get put in the public because he's not doing it for the public's eye. But when in doubt, Drew Rosenhaus said that he believes Jalen Carter will be the best defensive player in the NFL. And again, all eyes on Jalen Carter. Nolan Smith got eyes on him. So does Sidney Brown, Tyler Steen. There's eyes on the question marks and the youngsters. But this kid was going to be the number 1 overall pick before all that happened. And he fell to the lap of the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, speaking of talent to the Philadelphia Eagles, DeAndre Swift feels like he got something to prove. Watch this hype video he put out yesterday on IG. It's wild. You can tell training camp is in the air, but Swift is getting in shape every way possible, from boxing to working out to running routes. All I'm going to say is this. He probably feels like this is his big-time chance. He's home. He's playing for a contender. and he has the opportunity to be a dual threat running back, right? When you play with the Lions, you can put up stats, but you don't really get wins. They're not a contender. He's been injured before. I feel like he thinks he got a lot to prove, and he's coming into his hometown squad with everything on the table to be a top 5 running back. There's no reason why he couldn't be in this system. Great for running backs, great for pass catching running backs. I mean, you got Jalen Hurts and the Great Wall of China to run behind. Now, Rashad Penny's going to ask for some snaps. So will Kenneth Gainwell. Who knows what happens throughout the season? Jalen Hurts is going to run the ball a little bit. But I'm telling you right now that this man, Kenneth Gainwell, DeAndre Swift, is hungry. I think every single running back on the roster is hungry. Penny trying to prove that he was a first-round pick for a reason. He could stay healthy. Swift trying to prove that he's a dual threat, a 3-down back. Kenny G's like, bro, I've been here the whole time. Y'all saw what I did in the playoffs. So again, 3 talented guys fighting for snaps. Maybe it's just the perfect mix to keep everybody healthy, to keep everybody going at maximum level, their top level. Now, I told you that the Eagles reported in today for a conditioning test. You're like, Philly Mike, how do you know that? I dropped this in the video a couple days ago of Darius Slay saying it, and it's no wonder the Eagles reported in today, but there was no practice. Listen.
First thing you got to get your mind ready for, not even the practice, not nothing. You got to get that mind ready for that condition test because they go find out if you've been conditioning and in the shape to be practicing. So how it goes, if you don't pass the condition test, you don't practice. So that's already there. So you got to have your mind ready for it.
Got to have your mind ready for the conditioning test, and I totally agree, and it's good. Nick Sirianni does his practices with caution. He ramps up during the joint practices, which we have with the Browns and the Colts, but it's good to be subtle. Listen, we were the healthiest team in 2022, so whatever Nick Sirianni want to do, I'm all for it. They wear the safety gear on their helmets, the big bulky pads on their helmets. They don't practice as hard. They go through more walkthroughs, but I ain't mad at it. It worked last year. Where were we? Top of the food chain, playing in the Super Bowl, and I want to get back to that. Now, Haason Reddick, man, listen to what he says here real quick. Listen what he says. Listen to the attitude, the Philly attitude, and how he feels because the NFL's been disrespecting him. Listen what he says here.
Y'all sit here and say that sacks ain't the most important thing. Is you fucking stupid? Talk about stopping the run game. I stopped the run. Niggas don't run on my side, man. And that's the fucking truth.
Haason Reddick.
He straight said, now you want to talk about other things than sacks. That's stupid, right? Haason Reddick is truly a Philadelphia Eagle, a Philadelphia native through and through. He said what he said. I dropped a YouTube short with that clip plus more Haason Reddick dog workout, man. He is ready to just explode onto the scene. Last year was him showing that he could be number 2 in sacks. Now you want to see more? You want to see consistency? He's about to just show everybody that he can do this again and again and again. And this D-line is nasty in its own, right? You can say this is 3 years in a row, double-digit sacks, but the first 2 were 10 and 11, right? Or 11 and 12. That ain't the best. But coming off a 16-sack season, leading the NFL in forced fumbles, what's more does he got to do? He's going to prove it this year when he does back-to-back 15-plus because that hasn't been done often, right? You see people with 16, 17 next year, they go back down to 12, 13, 14. Still great, but not at top 3 consistent level. He about to show you 39.5 sacks in the last 3 years. That's third to TJ Watt and Myles Garrett. But when you think of the NFL mentioned in pass rushers, it's Watt, it's Garrett, it's the Bosa brothers, it's Micah Parsons, it's Max Crosby. They probably still talk Von Miller. Like, they do not say Haason Reddick's name. He said, I'm done talking. go check out the YouTube short. It should pop up right here at the end of this if you want to see the whole workout and the whole video. Now, Eagles signing wide receiver Deon Cain. Remember him? Fan favorite in the training camp period, preseason. A couple nice catches in traffic. Some of y'all said let's try him on special teams as a returner so he gets that special teams position. And if something happens to a receiver, he can come in. We know Olamide Zaccheaus is fighting for that third spot. So is Quez Watkins, Deon Cain, Charleston Rambo. You got a couple guys on this roster who can possibly contribute on special teams and be that practice squad guy, and or who knows if we get into a sticky situation, knock on fake wood, knock on real wood, we don't need that. But Deon Cain back on the roster, whether he makes it, goes to the practice squad, or gets cut, we'll find out sooner rather than later. And before we get out of here, I just want to talk a little bit about James Bradberry. A lot of people think that his first year in Philly was luck. Not true. Him and Darius Slay, along with Avonte Maddox, will be one of the best secondaries in the game. But how do you make an all-pro selection, second team all-pro in 2022, but don't make the NFL top 100? Like, how does that happen? How can you make the all-pro list? All-Pro 2, All-Pro 1. Was it 2 or 3 cornerbacks in All-Pro 2, 2 or 3 cornerbacks in All-Pro 1? But you don't make the top 100? Not even in the late 90s? I'm just saying, the NFL players, the AP, I mean, there's not a level of consistency here. But mark my words, James Bradberry going to duplicate what he did in 2022, as we have one of the best secondaries in the game. Again, knock on fake wood for health, but that's just what we got to do. And listen, that's the one thing I'm going to keep my eye on is more than anything. It's cool to see the young bucks and all these guys do this, that, and the third in this training camp period, but please, God, let's stay healthy during this training camp period. The number one thing is to get out of this training camp period with a clean build of health. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, Eagle Nation. Drop the muscle emoji if you got nothing to say. I appreciate all the comments and all the likes y'all been giving to the channel. I mean, there'll be conversations going on in the comment section. Y'all be smashing the like. A couple, hey, I see notification gangs growing too. Shout out to y'all. Let me know your thoughts. Training camp will actually have what went down video tomorrow. So turn your bell on. Ding your bell, whatever you got to do so you can rock with me. You might go live tomorrow. Until next time, you know what time it is. We out.